Hello everyone. Welcome to Turkish Spotlight Secrets. If you love calm, detailed, text-to-speech friendly deep dives into the stories behind your favorite stars, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and, if you'd like to support this work, tap the join button below. Today we're unpacking a quiet moment that set social media on fire. Akın reportedly visiting Ebru at home, a low-key evening that turned into the week's loudest rumor. What really happened? What might it mean for their friendship, for their careers, and for the fans who have followed them since their unforgettable screen partnership? Let's go step by step, with respect and facts where we have them, and clearly labeled speculation where we don't. First, the backdrop. Akın and Ebru became household names not just because of their performances, but because of what those performances did together. They built a shared rhythm on screen. Measured pauses, a glance that carried 3 lines of subtext, the ability to hold silence without losing tension. Off-screen, they were consistently professional, consistently cordial, and consistently discreet. If there were disagreements, we didn't see them. If there were private jokes, we only felt the afterglow when a scene landed perfectly. Their work spoke louder than any behind-the-scenes whisper. Cut to a few days ago. Late evening. A quiet neighborhood where photographers do not usually wait, because there's rarely a reason to. That changed when a tip circulated that Akın had been spotted in the area. Minutes became photos, photos became narratives. One image showed a familiar profile under the brim of a cap, another captured a door opening, a third, blurry but suggestive, looked like 2 figures leaving the building a few minutes apart. Was there hand-holding? Depending on which account you read, you will be told yes, no, or maybe for a second. That ambiguity did not stop the internet. It rarely does. Within an hour, fan accounts were stitching together timelines. He had finished a daytime meeting. She had wrapped a voice session. They were both free between 9 and 11. A cafe receipt allegedly appeared. A neighbor allegedly commented on a car they had never seen before. Notice the word allegedly. It matters. Neither Akın nor Ebru posted anything about that evening. Neither of their teams issued a statement. No one confirmed the reason for the visit. The only verified thing is the buzz itself. So, what are the plausible explanations that don't jump straight to romance? Let's walk through them, because part of being fair to artists is not forcing their lives into the simplest headline. 1. A script session. Both actors are strategic with their choices. It's entirely believable that an intimate reading of a draft, away from offices, away from leaking walls, could happen in a private space. Actors often prefer to test how a scene breathes without the pressure of a conference room. If the project is early, if there isn't even a contract yet, privacy is a courtesy to writers and producers. 2. Life advice. The industry looks glamorous, but decision fatigue is real. Changing teams, weighing offers from different platforms, and negotiating time off all require perspective. Colleagues who've carried a hit together understand the mental load of expectation better than anyone. A 2-hour conversation on neutral ground can save weeks of second-guessing. 3. Simple friendship. The most obvious explanation is sometimes the most ignored. 2 people who shared an intense professional chapter might occasionally check in, especially if one of them is approaching a big decision. The fact that they chose not to put that meeting on display does not make it illicit, it makes it private. Of course, there's the 4th explanation, the one fans jump to with the most excitement: romance. Could that be true? It's possible. Is it proven? No. And here's where responsible fandom matters. There is a difference between celebrating chemistry and demanding a confession. Admiration becomes invasive the moment we treat someone's home like a set and someone's evening like a plot twist we're owed. Let's look at how the evening itself unfolded from the fragments available. The person believed to be Akın arrived carrying what looked like a folder or a thin laptop case. He wore neutral colors, a detail that fans later overinterpreted as an attempt to blend in. Anyone who's finished a long day knows that black and gray are less a disguise and more a default. He went in, time passed. A grocery delivery came and was left at the door. A friend stopped by the building, stayed for 10 minutes, and left again, perhaps delivering something forgotten, perhaps nothing at all. Close to midnight, lights dimmed. Two figures exited separately, one heading toward a rideshare, the other toward a parked car. There were no waves to cameras, no effort to stoke speculation. If anything, the body language said, "Let's keep this ordinary." And yet, by morning, nothing about it was ordinary. Hashtags trended. Fan edits reappeared with the bright glow of nostalgia. Comment sections divided into teams, those who have always wanted a real-life love story, those who insist that professional boundaries are essential, and those who just want good material on screen and happiness off screen, whatever form it takes. In the middle of this swirl, both actors did what experienced public figures do: they kept the day's commitments, they posted about work, and they gave the storm nothing to push against. Silence can be a shield. What about their careers? Could this moment change anything? Potentially, yes, and not in the way you might think. When media attention spikes, producers pay attention. Some will rush to pitch reunion vehicles. Others will decide to stay away from the noise and offer them projects that stretch different muscles. That's the healthy path. If a reunion ever happens, it should be because the story is worth it, not because a photo trended at midnight. In fact, the smartest version of a future collaboration would defy expectations, perhaps a limited series where they are adversaries forced to cooperate, or a film where they never meet until the final scene. Reunions that simply replay old beats rarely land, reunions that build new music do. There's also the question of privacy moving forward. A single evening can reset boundaries. When a personal space becomes a public talking point, people recalibrate. They choose restaurants with private rooms instead of neighborhood tables. They send notes instead of knocking. They keep life and work in separate folders. If that happens here, it will not be a betrayal of fans, it will be a necessary tightening of the circle so the work can remain open, daring, and generous. Let's talk about responsibility, ours as viewers and commentators. It's tempting to treat every ambiguous moment like a mystery to solve. But hearts are not clues. The ethical way to follow artists we admire is to let their announcements lead. If there is something to share, it will be shared. If there isn't, the absence is not a dare, it's a decision. Remember how their partnership won you over in the first place, through patience, nuance, and the refusal to over-explain. We can give them the same grace. Before we close, a quick note about language. You've heard me say reportedly, apparently, and allegedly more than once. That's not me being coy, it's me being precise. Respectful coverage does not turn shadows into statues. It describes what is seen, acknowledges what is not, and resists the urge to turn maybes into headlines. If that sounds less exciting than a flashing banner, trust me, in the long run, it protects the people who make the stories we love, and it protects the fans from disappointment built on sand. So, what do we really know? We know Akın Akinozu and Ebru are skilled, disciplined performers who have earned the right to steer their own narratives. We know an evening that might have been quiet became loud because the world was watching. We know that, for now, the only verified development is renewed public interest. Everything else is possibility and projection. And sometimes possibility is enough. It keeps doors open without forcing anyone to walk through them. If you appreciated this measured, text-to-speech friendly look at a rumor-charged night, please like the video, subscribe to Turkish Spotlight Secrets, and turn on notifications. In the comments, tell me this: if Akın and Ebru do reunite on screen, what would you want to see? Sparring rivals, reluctant partners, or a complete genre swerve that surprises everyone? Keep it kind, keep it thoughtful, and, most of all, keep cheering for good stories told well. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and goodbye.